Hi, and welcome back to Empowered Fertility. My name is Carla, and I'm a certified fertility coach, breathwork facilitator, rainbow mommy, and I am deeply passionate about this work. Today, we're going to be talking about labels. You've probably heard the terms advanced maternal age, geriatric pregnancy, infertile, high risk. Maybe you've even been called one of them. I have too. And for the record, I've always been geriatric and high risk. I conceived naturally at 41 after stepping away from IVF because I just felt deep in my heart that there was another way. And there was. Today, we're going to be talking about why language matters deeply on the fertility journey. Because sometimes the most harmful thing isn't the diagnosis. It's the words that we're given to carry, the words we ingest in our body and how that manifests, because that matters deeply. We are told we waited too long and that we begin to believe that we've missed our chance. We are sold this idea that we can have it all, these careers, a family, and it's this idea of chasing these unrealistic expectations that have us burnt out. So if this is you, this resonates at all, tune in. Let's start with this. Language isn't neutral. It shapes how we see ourselves, how we relate to our bodies, how we decide what's possible, or even what we believe is possible. When a doctor says to you or labels you infertile, it lands like a sentence, not a clinical term, a judgment, a loss of identity, especially when you've done everything right. The labs look good, you're regular with your cycles, and you're taking all the supplements. In terms like geriatric pregnancy, it sounds ridiculous, doesn't it? You're 36, 38, maybe 42. You're alive, you're healthy, you're ovulating, you're hopeful, and they label you like you're past your expiration date. This isn't just semantics. This is spiritual. These words stay in the body. They activate shame, fear, urgency, and all of that is very real. Even on the Valley, Kristen Dowdy from the Bravo drama opened up about being called infertile. After a miscarriage at 41, she said, it was effing terrifying. And the worst part, no one could tell me why. And her story is really quite common. And in fact, it's probably the norm. That language, infertile, sat with her like a verdict. And after 2 weeks after her IUI, she conceived naturally. The words didn't reflect her truth. They reflected a system that doesn't know how to hold complexity. And I know what that feels like. After a decade of trying, after 3 failed IVFs and a stillbirth, I was told by a fertility clinic that I needed to accept reality, that a surrogate was my only option and that my womb was done. And something in me broke. I couldn't force something I knew wasn't working. So I did something I had never done before. I turned inward and it led me down a path of healing and empowerment that I didn't know was possible. I was able to work towards healing, not just healing my heart, but also my connection to my body and that trust in myself and in my body that I so deeply needed. It took stepping away from that system, learning how to regulate my nervous system, allowing myself to grieve, to actually hear what my body was trying to say. And when I stopped chasing time, urgency, and other people's stamp of approval, I conceived naturally at 41. When we're called infertile, high risk, or geriatric, our nervous system registers danger, and danger shuts down fertility. Words like these don't just describe your body, they define it in the eyes of a system that doesn't see the whole you. And for so many of us, especially first-generation daughters, women of color, women carrying religious shame or ancestral pressure, these words land even harder. They're not just clinical, they're real triggers. So here's what I want to leave you with. You are not broken. You are not too late. You are not a diagnosis or a statistic. You don't have to be solely a passenger on this journey. You can empower yourself. Your fertility is more than hormone levels. It's emotional safety. It's nervous system trust. It's the story you believe about your body. So ask yourself, what do you believe to be true about your body? Because the most empowering part of this is that the story can change, starting with the words you use. If you've ever left a doctor's office feeling small, scared, dismissed, or just like a stat, you're not alone. And this journey isn't over. I created a community and a coaching program for women like you and like me, where your story is not just a statistic, where we don't call you broken, where you're recognized for the woman that you are in your wholeness. DM me community or tap the link below to join us. Your journey deserves better support, and I am rooting for you. I'll see you in the next episode.